today I am back with another highly requested, I guess, part of the Makeup Artist, How to Become a Makeup Artist series videos. I have Tara with me again. If you remember her, she was in a couple of my other videos that I will put their link in the description box. How to apply false lashes to a client and tips for managing your time as a makeup artist. So today Tara is going to be demonstrating and kind of talking about the how-tos and the benefits of airbrush makeup for your clients.
Hey guys, so here's my airbrush machine. There's a few things that I do like about it. It really does create a flawless finish. The technique is more sprayed on rather than working the product into the skin with the brush. So if someone has drier skin, gets flaky, this is really good because you can kind of just spray on top of it.
That's true. Working with flaky skin is
hard. Like the worst. A lot of people don't take care of their skin or they're dehydrated, so this is a really good thing. Also,
those flaky flakers.
Yeah, they're flaky.
Ew, it sounds so gross.
So
flakes.
So the product that I use, it definitely has like more of a satin finish. So someone who's like really oily like me. Are you oily?
I'm normal.
She's norm.
I was gonna say norm, and then I just added the AL onto it.
Normie. So
and I don't have any makeup on, everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna spray Julia today.
I'm the model.
So yeah, it definitely creates more of a dewy satin finish in my opinion. I don't really recommend it to people who have texture, like oily skin. I just think it makes them look greasy within a couple hours. Again, people message me all the time saying, I'm coming to you for Airbrush Machine. So if you're not using Airbrush Machine right now, I definitely would consider it. I charge a little bit more money. And like I said, it's a fad, so people want that. So give people what they're asking for. I'm going to show you how to put it all together. Really easy. I have a really just basic one.
This is the Temptu. Did we say that already?
No, this is the Temptu.
How many like different like brand or like what are the known?
The known ones are the iwata, the Temptu.
Iwata? What did
Iwata? It's not. I know it's more for like body paint.
Okay.
It's too like technical and
like painting on like a bikini.
Like a body painter.
Okay.
Like yeah, body painter with the colors.
That's cool.
So I had Denair at first. I grew out of it. Moved up to the Temptu. I needed something smaller. My great boyfriend got me this one. He picked it out. So I love it. I could put it all together really quickly. It doesn't take up too much room in my kit. Really great one, in my opinion.
Shall we show them how to assemble it?
Yes. To put it together, here's the hose. You have to put it in this little thing right here.
In the
hole. And then, Julia, we have this wire.
This is the cord.
The cord. We put it in, I don't know if you can see.
Yeah.
Right there.
I get it.
Put it in.
They're smart guys.
Yeah. And then
ladies and gents.
The Airbrush Gun. Push it in there in the hose and voila.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy to put together.
So I picked out 3 colors that are closest to Julia's color. So I'm looking at these 2 that are probably going to mix. So here's the latest one. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of yellow because Julia seems to have like a little bit of a yellow undertone. Cool. If you're using Temptu already, I'm mixing colors 1 and 3. Before you start mixing the colors in the air gun, you want to turn it on and make sure that you're feeling the full pressure of it. If not, you just kind of have to clean it with a little bit of brush cleaner or the cleaner that they give you, whatever. You could both work. And you just want to put your hand in front of the gun, move the, what's that thing called?
The trigger? I don't even know.
I don't know if that's
move the trigger
to clean it up. And then at that point, all the gook and the makeup that's kind of gets stuck in there will exit.
Exit the gun.
Yeah.
The barrel.
Yeah, so, alright, this is definitely really important. Make sure you clean your gun after you're done using it. The makeup dries up and it totally screws up your airbrush gun and you'll have to eventually replace it quicker. So make sure you take care of it every single time after you're using it. Alright guys, so I'm going to mix the color for Julia. The colors are really liquidy, so just be mindful of when you're pouring it. It will pour all out into this little hole right here.
It's different than like regular makeup, correct? Yeah. It's more liquidy consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab Julia's color, 2 colors. We said she's lighter and a little bit of yellow undertone. I'm going to put my hand underneath the gun because again it gets really liquidy. I'm gonna put like a few drops here.
Yeah, I never know like how many drops are you supposed to use.
I start out with like about 5.
Okay.
And then, because that's the base color, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of the darker one. I'll add like 3 in this case. Here, let's see. 1, 3. You'll see how liquidy it is just now. And then I'm gonna turn it on. And then I'm gonna put my hand over, and I'm going to hold the gun back, hold it back a little bit to mix it. So after I mix it, I'm gonna hold it up against Julia's face. If you're not too sure if it's a good color for her, you can just side swipe it on her cheek. So I'm gonna get really close. Okay, have her turn. That's pretty good. Okay, so we found a good color for Julia. I'm ready to do her face. You're not gonna get as close as I was while I was color matching her. I'm actually gonna stay about 6 inches away, and I'm gonna go into circular motions. The only thing that's coming out right now is air. This will help when I need to set her makeup if it's still wet. So now I'm gonna pull the trigger back. I'm gonna do one side of her face. Okay, now you'll hear that sound. I don't know if you can really hear that, but it definitely means it's like empty.
Yeah.
Alright, so I just added a little bit more of the foundation into my air gun. So while I was adding makeup into the air gun, it allowed her makeup to set. So I don't have to go and use my gun by itself with the air to dry it, okay? So I just switched sides and I added more foundation into the air gun. So the other side of her face is actually going to be setting while I'm working on this side. You always want to do thin layers. Thin layers is what's going to help create less of a cakey look, so you can always build up. If you want more coverage than this, what I do sometimes is put a regular foundation underneath and then airbrush last, and it still will create a flawless look but more coverage. So you'll see I'm working on the other side. I want to build a little bit more coverage with Julia. If you want to cover like what's going on down here with Julia,
My pimples.
yeah, you can get a little bit closer.
Bitch.
And pull the trigger and kind of spot treat it. I still add concealer to my client anyway, underneath the eyes. I don't really like to use the airbrush underneath the eyes. In my preference, I think a concealer that I can work into the eyes work better.
Alright, so this is the finished, I guess, look. Well, it's not the finished look because I don't have any other makeup on, but essentially, I guess, I don't know if it's harder to tell on camera, but from what I can see, it's just like a really light, like I don't think I've ever had my makeup airbrushed before because when have I ever had my makeup done? But it's just like a very light, natural looking coverage, and I think it's going to be best for the people that request it, because this is an expensive machine. This isn't cheap. This is a way, like we said about lashes, to add on money for, you know, your clients, to add, like, don't you charge more for airbrushing?
Yeah, you charge, I charge $10 additional for airbrushing. Some people charge up to $25. I charge $10. Like I said, I put a little bit of regular foundation underneath for more coverage. I didn't today with Julia because I wanted you to see how natural it can come out to be.
Yeah. Now, I don't usually wear my makeup this natural, but looking in the mirror, it does look nice and light, and you really can't tell that I have anything on my face. Personally, I prefer a fuller coverage, but there's so many people that do want a really light, natural look.
To kind of add on to what Julia is saying, a lot of people don't like the feeling of foundation on their face, and this is a really lightweight foundation. So this is perfect for that kind of client that's like, oh, I don't really wear anything, but I want a flawless look.
Touche.
So
agreed. All right, guys. So that is all we have for you today. I will put Tara's information in the description box if you are in the Philadelphia area. I know all of you guys always ask me to do your makeup. I don't do freelance really anymore, but Tara, her full-time business is her freelance makeup business. So if you're looking for weddings or anything like that, you can find that information below. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I'd be happy to answer them, or ask Tara to answer them for you. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye. Bye, guys.
bye.
See ya.
See ya.